A equals B plus C plus D plus E. What is the average of A, B, C, D, and E in terms of A? Okay, so I'm trying to figure out the average of A, B, C, D, and E in terms of A. I'm going to do this problem a little bit differently. If you remember from one of our original strategies, the three main strategies, if there's variables in the question, variables in the answer, you can make up numbers. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm going to assign some numbers or some values to these variables, and we're going to take it from there. So B, C, D, and E. I'm going to make up a number for each one of these variables out here. And if you look at it over here, B plus C plus D plus E, once I make up a number for B, then from C, then for D, and for E, and I'll make those anything that I want, I'll be able to add all of them and figure out my A. So let's make B2, C3, D4, and E5. There's no strategy behind these. I just want them to be small and easy. So 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 plus 3 is 12, 12 plus 2 is 14. So that makes my value of A to be 14. Now the question is saying, what is the average of all of these? So I'm going to be figuring out the average of A, B, C, D, and E, because that's what it's telling me to do over here. So what is the average of these? So let's figure out the average here. 5 plus 4 plus 9 plus 3 plus 2 was 14, right? So these all gave me 14. Plus 14 will be 28. And then I'm going to divide it by how many numbers there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'll be 28 divided by 5. I can just leave it as 28 divided by 5, but if you want to figure out the long way, 5 times 5 is 25. 3, put a decimal there, that brings a 0 down. 5 times 6 is 30, so it's just 5.6. This wasn't really necessary, and I'll tell you why in just a second, but if you're more comfortable with decimals, work with this. If not, we have 28 over 5. Alright, so now we know that the average of A, B, C, D, and E is 28 over 5 in terms of A. In terms of A just means that these answer choices are given in terms of A. So I'm going to go down all of these answer choices. I'm going to plug in my A, which is 14, and I'm going to see which gives me the average of A, B, C, D, and E, which I know is 28 over 5. So let's go to answer choice A. Answer choice A is going to be 14 divided by 2, which is 7, which won't work because I'm looking for 28 over 5. Let's go to B. 2 times 14 is 28, so answer choice B will be 28 divided by 3, which is not 28 over 5, so A is gone, B is gone. Hopping over to C. C is 14 divided by 4. And that's a division sign. Oops, I really butchered this one up, huh? So let's get this out of the way again. So this is 14. Let's do it this way. 14 divided by 4, which again is not the same thing as 28 over 5. And lastly, D, 2 times 14 is 28. And 28 over 5 matches up with the 28 over 5. And this is why I was saying we don't necessarily need to convert into a decimal, because we have fractions here and it does pop up in fractions. But 28 divided by 5, 5.6, 5.6, making my answer D. So on a scale of 1 to 5, I'd say this is definitely a level 4. But by plugging in numbers, you make this problem a lot easier. Best way to do this problem, I think, is plugging in numbers. Which makes my answer D, 28 over 5. Again, to recap, I made up numbers for B, C, D, and E, literally anything I wanted. You could have made these anything you wanted, and then based on those, I figured out A is going to be the sum of all of these, and it came out to 14. Then the question was saying, what is the average of A, B, C, D, and E? So the average of those numbers is going to be all of these numbers added, divided by 5, because there's 5 of these numbers. So that's how I got 28 over 5, which was the average. So that was the average. Now the question, to reiterate, the question is saying, what is the average of A, B, C, D, and E in terms of A? So again, the average of A, B, C, D, and E is 28 over 5. In terms of A just means plug in A into all your answer choices and see where you get that average. And answer choice D is the one that worked out. And if you're not fully comfortable with this, what I would suggest doing is try doing this problem one more time, but now make B, C, D, and E completely different numbers. Make completely different numbers. Work through all of these steps one more time, and then see if you can still connect the dots and see if you still get D. I think that'll be extremely helpful and beneficial for you.